Hello lovely soulmates and welcome back. So in this video we're going to talk about the trouser part of our Ankara senator wear. So here I have my fabric on fold and I'm trying to look for the area which I'll be working with. So my lap measurement, I divided it by 2 and added extra 1 inch to it. So I have about 14 inches width at that point. That's what we'll be working with for the trouser. Yes, when taking your measurement, you want to make sure that you have ease all around, okay? Very, very important. So that's my margin I'll be working with. So we're going to mark our vertical point now. So I took out 1 inch. This will serve as my band. Before I started marking my points, I first of all marked the crotch point, which is 11 inches. That's the hip I just marked now at 9 inches. And that's my knee line at 20 inches. And the total length of the trouser, which is about 37 inches, and I added extra 2 inches for folding allowance or hemming allowance. So right here I'm squaring up my lines. Square up the lines. So like I said earlier, make sure you add ease while measuring. Very, very important. Okay, so let me try and label. That's my hip line, the crotch line, the knee line, and the total length that we're working with. So the first area I'm going to start with is on my crotch line. On the crotch line, you're going to impute your lap measurement divided by 2. Okay, I input my measurement, then I added extra half inch on both sides. This will serve as part of my seam allowance. Okay, so at that point I came in by 2 inches to find my front curve. So whatever I got there, I took it up to the waistline so that I can have a straight line to square up like so before looking for my curve. So on that line I came up by 2 inches, which is already my hip line, so I just formed my front curve like so. So we're done with the crotch area. We're going to look for our hip measurement on our hip line. So whatever your hip measurement is, you mark it at that point. Then on the waist line also, you're going to impute your waist measurement divided by 4 inches. So whatever we have there, we're going to put it at that point. So I'll mark my waist measurement divided by 4. Then now let's work on our knee area. So I need to look for midpoint, the midpoint of this crotch line that we're working with. So I'll take the total measurement and look for the midpoint, mark it on the knee line, and also mark it on my ankle line as my hem line. Okay, so I've found my midpoints now. So now I'm going to put my measurement. So whatever the knee measurement is, I'll divide it by 2. Okay, here I have 8.5, divided by 2, then spread that measurement like so. Just watch what I just did and follow suit. So I placed the midpoint of my measurement at that middle line before marking. The same thing is what you're going to apply on the hemline. So whatever the ankle measurement is, you're going to divide it by 2. So after dividing by 2, you crease the midpoint on the tape, place it at the center line which you have marked earlier. Okay, so yeah, I'm creasing my tape to find the center point, then place it on the center point on the fabric, mark to my left and mark to my right. So with this, you'll be able to have an aligned trouser that properly sits on the body of your client or of you. It depends on who you're making it for. Okay, so I'm connecting my lines, as you can see, connecting all my points at this time, and you can see how the shape is already out. You can see that, right? Okay, so I came down on the center front by 1/2 inch to deepen my front area of the trouser. So I'm just adding seam allowance of 1/2 inch there at my curve area. So I'm ready to cut, but we still need to add seam allowance. Okay, just 1/2 inch seam allowance at the waistline area also. So just follow through the way I am cutting. That's it. So I'm supposed to add about 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch, just a little bit of seam allowance, just very small amount, because the back will take most of the seam allowance, and that will help to create that inequality between the front and the back. You know, when you make a trouser, or if you've seen a trouser pattern, you find that the front is narrower than the back. So I'll use my seam allowance to create that difference. So that's why I just added only little seam allowance to the front. So at this point, you can see what I'm doing. Just follow suit the way I am working on mine. All right, so that's it for the front. Let's work for the back. So for my back, I've placed my front piece on the fabric I want to work with, and as you can see, I'm trying to make sure I have extra fabric on the crotch area, like so. That's about 3 inches. Then on the waistline area and on the sides. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to extend my crotch like that, then come down by 1/2 inch. This becomes my new line. Then I'll follow suit with the former line I have for the front, like so. Then on the waistline, come in by 1 inch. Okay, then connect this line to that point, like you see I'm doing. When you're done with that, you want to find your curve. Okay, that's it. Very easy. So I found my curve for the back. Yeah, now we need to augment that 1 inch we took out earlier. You need to augment it back into the waistline. So all you just have to do is take your waist measurement for the front. Okay, so whatever my waist measurement for the front is, I'll take it to the back and mark it back so that I can have my complete measurement there. Then that waist area, you're going to add your allowance for your dart. Okay, because I'm going to have that at the back. Then extra 1 inch seam allowance. Now coming back to the center back, you're going to extend it by 1/4 or 1 inch, depends. Then connect it back to your waistline, like so. Okay. So on my side, I'll extend by 1 inch, like so. This will be used for my seam allowance. Okay, so I'm just trying to explain to you that I added extra 2 inches, 1 inch for my dart and 1 inch for my seam allowance. Now let's come to the knee area. Just add 1 inch to the inseam and 1 inch to the side seam. 1 inch to the side seam on the ankle area, then 1 inch to the inseam area of the ankle. Then square up your lines, like so. Now you're also going to square up the line from the crotch area of the back crotch to your knee, like so. You can use a curve, you can use a straight line, you can use your straight ruler, then connect it back to the ankle as to your hemline. So I'm just trying to smoothen off that curve so I have a clean cut when I cut. And this is our back, and we are almost done. So you can see that that's the shape of the trouser for the front and for the back. Yeah, the next thing is to cut. So before you cut, make sure you double check. Always try to double check. Double check, double check, double check, double check. Very, very important. Okay. And I'm trying to add extra seam allowance here at the back crotch, the back curve rather. That may not be necessary because we already have seam allowance in the front and it reflects also to the back too. So right here I am cutting. Just follow the lines. Of course, you must have double checked your measurements before cutting. Very, very important. You know we're not working on pattern here, we're working directly on our fabric. So any mistake made at this point, there's no going back. Yeah. Okay guys, I'm not trying to scare you. Alright, if you love this video, give it a thumbs up. Remember to subscribe if you're new to my channel and turn on the notification bell to always get notified when I upload new video. Kindly share videos from my channel for other people to learn also. So yes, we're going to the next point, which is to cut out the pieces of other things we need for the trouser part. So we'll be needing the pockets. Yeah, we need a piece for the pockets. So right here I'm just folding a fabric that I'll use for my pocket, and this fabric is about 6 inches wide and 12 inches long. Okay, this will be used for my left and right pocket for the front. All right, then we're also going to cut out the pocket for the back. So I'm setting that aside to look for a piece that I will use for the back pocket. So this is almost the same thing with the other one I cut, but this is a little bit longer. Okay, depends on the depth of the pockets you want to work with. But the back part, there's a back pocket of a trouser usually not that deep. Okay, so this is about the same 12 inches long, and the width is about 6 inches too. Then I am going to cut the fly, the zipper fly. Okay, I need 2 of it, so I'm cutting out the piece for the zipper fly, the upper part and the lower part. So the measurement for the fly is about 8 inches long, then that's 3 inches wide. Okay, and you can have more than that because you can always trim off later. You can always trim off the excesses later. So after that, the next thing we're going to be cutting out is the waistband. Remember, we need to add waistband to our, our trouser. So this piece here I have is about 4 inches in length, and the width is the waist measurement. So whatever the waist measurement is, I added extra 5 inches for the folding and the rest of other things. So you can just have a little bit of excess, later you can always trim off. So I measured here, it's not enough, I'll add more to it. So I just augmented more into that so as to make it complete. So I joined the waistband at this point. So the waistband I use here is just a straight piece. So that's it for the waistband. Then also I cut out the piece I'll be using for the belt holder. Okay, just a long strip for the belt holder. Nothing serious, just about 2 inches 2 inches wide, and it's going to be long. So you sew it together and cut it according to the length you want to work with for the belt holder. So guys, this is practically all you need for the trouser. Thank you so much for staying with me to the end of this video. I hope you have learned 1 or 2 things. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.